swooping skyscrapers, colorful signs, and symbols tell me that this is New York City.
It looks really noisy. I can almost hear the people shouting and the cars honking.
There are lots of taxi cabs. This man is trying to hail a cab, but it's full.
Everyone's in a hurry, even the cars and trucks.
Look at all the travelers.
There are people inside the train station, in the crosswalk, and others loading their luggage onto the bus.
I wonder if they're coming or going.
Charles Rogers Grooms, also known as Red Grooms, is an American painter that was born during the Great Depression in 1937 in Tennessee. Now he's a painter, a designer, a sculptor. He does a little bit of everything, mixed media. He loves to make his artworks in an environment that has depth. He makes sculptures. He makes print design. He loves to create a place where you feel like you can connect, make a story. Here we have a life-size sculpture that you could actually go into and interact with. So you can see he does a variety of different things. Look at this one, how it has depth, how it looks like you're going into the subway. There's layers upon layers, different characters, very cartoony, not very realistic, but they're sculptures and paintings. They have layers where one thing's in front of the other. He gives you a view into this world. Now perspective is skewed. That means like things are different sizes. Some things are bigger, some things are smaller, to make the bigger things look closer and the smaller things look farther away. So he tries to make those things even farther apart. Here's one we're going to look at. Look how from the side what it looks like. The cars come forward. There's people in front of the cars. And then you can see like he painted highlights on the windows. And you can see signs and shadows on details on windows on the building. There's people coming out of the building. There's pillars. There's people getting stuff in and out of. But you can definitely see layers, one thing in front of another. So even though those pillars are flat, they look 3D because the way they're painted. And then the people, they are 3D, but they're kind of flat too. They're turned different directions. And then we have another car over here, see, with the light shining on it, a guy talking into the window. You can see a lot of details, one car in front of the other. Now look at this strap hanging here. What do you think's above me? If you guessed a horse, you are correct. Now this looks really out of place. It's like this giant horse head in front of a building. Why do you think this horse head is here? Is it an attack of a giant horse on a city? No, but look at all the details. That's pretty cool. Look at even the hair. You can see that's pretty cool. Use any kind of media he can think of. And even has like its head chopped off. You can see the side of it. But when you look at it from the front... Oh, wait a minute. Look at those flags. Those flags are amazing. Before we look back, let's look at these flags. These flags are really cool. They look like they're blowing in the wind. Ooh, look at that glass behind the flag. See, that is really neat. Oh man, that looks so cool. Look at the flags blowing. Those are a cool detail. That is really neat. Oh, look at the buildings too. It looks like we're like getting dizzy looking up at the buildings. That is called skewed perspective, where it's not straight lines and they kind of angle out towards the top to make it look like you're looking way up. Now look at the horse now. Doesn't it look like the horse is right next to us, right in front of us? It's like a policeman's horse that is just part of a scene that we just got a glimpse of. That is pretty cool. Alright, now we're going to make our Red Grooms 3D city. We're going to make one like this. So we have 3 layers. We have the road, then we have an inner layer of buildings, and then we have a background layer of buildings. Now I'm going to let you add fun elements, not just buildings. You can add things to make a story. I will show you mine in my example. Now you're going to get a big piece of paper. You want to draw the cars the longest way and the smallest buildings on the bottom. And then I actually turned my buildings upside down so that you had more room to add more things. Then we're going to cut them out like this person here. Notice there's tabs on the road one and the small building. That's very important. Those little white squares at the end. Those are very important because we're going to fold them like I am here. And then we're going to fold those. And that is how we're going to glue them on. So you can see right now, I'm going to put some glue on this side, which is the back side, and that side on the back side. And then we're going to attach it to the other buildings. Curve it and attach it to other buildings. Hold for, I should have held it for 10 seconds, but it's doing good. And now I'm going to do the same thing with my cars and see how it's coming forward like that. Cool. And now you can choose your background. You can make it a nighttime scene or you can make it a daytime scene. This one I made a nighttime scene, glue it on, and then we're going to take our scissors and trim it and curve it to make it not so square, not so boring. And look at that. That looks so cool. It makes it look like a little dome. Now I will show you my surprise how I added other things. There's the different kinds of backgrounds. All right, I hope you guys have fun. This is going to be pretty cool.